I can't get like.
What we got going on?
I got a lot of pain, to be honest.
Okay.
I think it's causing me to not want to.
Let's go ahead and scrap squatting tonight then. What's up, Internet? Kenny here. Got the Queen Coral sitting next to me. So, kind of giving you an update on how our week went. So, weigh-ins this week. I'm not disappointed in my weigh-in. I lost a pound, like a pound point one over the week. I'll put a screenshot of it in the video here. Coral, on the other hand, we've been tracking hers a little bit. She's not really trying to lose a ton of weight, so we're trying to preserve strength.
Mm-hmm.
So, but from the time whenever she weighed in, the first time she weighed in to where we're at now, she's down, I think, 7 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty good. But we're trying to preserve a lot of strength with her. So she's not on a super strict calorie deficit, more of a high protein, getting some carbs in for energy and fiber, high fiber to keep her from getting hungry throughout the day, and fruits and veggies, trying to keep glycogen levels high. But overall, our weeks last week went really well. So for me, didn't have any struggles. Consistency stayed on point. The nights we were supposed to be at the gym, we were at the gym. We even threw an extra workout in, dedicated shoulder and back workout in.
Yep.
I
feel like your clothes are fitting looser. Like your shirt, like I've noticed, like they're starting to feel a lot looser. Like in the back and in the front, like there's a lot more give.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the big thing. That's why we started filming this stuff, is to help keep me consistent by having people cheer me on. Not trying to be like.
We all need support. You know.
Not trying to be like, oh, I'm going to be YouTube famous, but trying to get people to see my efforts and cheer me on, but also at the same time, maybe we can motivate people to do the same thing.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like hopefully someone can watch your video and say like, all right, cool. If you can do it, I can do it. So it's motivating me though. I mean, like just like you keeping on track and like sticking with your schedules, helping me stay where I want to be. So
yeah, and
I like it.
That's something that we strive to do. So some of we've talked about it. Coral, we got in the gym about 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, and we went in to lose weight and work out and do stuff. We had a guy that I worked with that got us going there, and we met the power lifters. And one of them looked at Coral and said, "Hey, you'd make a good power lifter." And she goes, "Oh, how do I do it?" He said, "Sign up for a meet." So we did.
Yep.
So 3 months after we got into the gym, she did her first powerlifting meet. Well, it's been an addiction for her and me since then.
Yes.
So we have a very dedicated workout regimen that we try to stick to. Granted, I fell off track really bad. We bought a business in April, and it consumed more time, so I kind of fell off track a lot. I'd lost 80 some pounds, and from April till the first of the year, I put almost everything I lost back on.
I feel like that goes to show that like life happens. Number one, you know. Number two, it shows how easy it is just to fall off. Like it didn't take much, and it was so quick too. Like it, I don't know. Sometimes I think you'd imagine like, oh, it took time to fall off the wagon, but sometimes it's just an instant bloop, and you don't realize it, and you get so caught up in life, and you get busy, and life happens, and then all of a sudden you're out of whack. And so I think it was one of those kind of like just a domino effect that you don't even realize it until you realize it, and by then it's like, oh man, I've been off track for a while. So.
And that's where consistency kind of pays off. That's what part of the reason I'm doing the videos is because it's keeping me consistent, because I want to put a video up, put a short up or YouTube or a Facebook reel or something up every few days, and I don't want to post the same thing every day, every week, whatever. Because I mean, honestly, this is our business page we're using this on. We're kind of using it to help motivate people to get into physical fitness, because what we do here supports physical fitness, our recovery aspect of it.
Yep.
And mental health care. The connection between mental health care and physical fitness it's a fascinating subject if you ever dive into it. Which
I love it.
Coral here, she's a therapist, and she's currently working on her doctorate, and she's using her capstone project is the connection between physical fitness and mental health care.
Yep.
So part of our goal here is to connect people that are having mental struggles with physical fitness to help them use that as a method of what am I trying to say here? Use it as a method to help with mental health. Like a coping skill to help with mental health, because we all of us that go to the gym and walked in there and you see the guy over in the corner just grunting and screaming and throwing weights around, and nobody knows the demons that guy's fighting, and that's his way of coping with what's going on. So we want to bring we got three aspects we want to bring together. We want to bring mental health in, connect that to physical fitness and the recovery modalities we offer here. Because for someone who struggles with mental health, and for both of us, the stuff we offer here with the gym combined with consistent therapy, it really does help tremendously. And this, not trying to sales pitch you, I mean, we're in Marshville, Missouri. The chances of this helping generate business for our spa here is, but it's what our goal is we want to help people. So Coral here, when she got into therapy, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago,
Yeah.
her main goal was to help people with struggles that she's dealt with in her life.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I got into this aspect of it, that's my goal too, is to help people. My profession is auto sales, so I've worked in the auto industry for 20 years now, and my number one objective is to help people there, but for a different reason than here. Here we want people to walk in and walk out feeling better. So if we can teach them, things to help them cope mentally, give them equipment to use to help them recover, and also get people going to the gym to either help with their mental health, help with their physical health, losing weight, stuff like that. Bless you.
Excuse me.
That's our objective.
Mm-hmm.
So by tracking this with what I'm doing, and with her and her powerlifting journey, she wants to go to the Arnold one day, so we're working on that. We're shooting for, let's see, you're at 834 right now. We're shooting for about 880 at this next meet we got coming up. Hoping to be.
I'm hoping. My knee's not working well for me, but that's why I've jumped back into the recovery. So like every day now, in the mornings I'm doing sauna, red light vibration, and sometimes compression, leg compression if I have time. And in the evenings, I'm definitely trying to do, if I can, I'm trying to do sauna at night if I don't do in the morning. So either way, I'm trying to get it done every day in some capacity, whether it be like in the morning or in the evening or something like that. And I kind of mix it up, but I'm trying my best because the last time I had a meet, I think the last meet or the week before that, I had hurt my knee just training. Similar to now, but I don't know if it's different. Who knows? Like I'm always hurt myself, but it was really hurting, and so I could really walk, and that really frustrated me because I'm like, how am I going to do it at my meet if I can't even walk on my knee? Like this is a bad thing for me. And I love working out. I love competing. Like it is just my favorite thing in the world. So that was really killing me. So I was like, okay, we got to figure this out. So I did recovery. My regimen was like, and it kind of differs depending on what ailments you have, but my regimen was we had sauna in the morning and then red light, vibration, and leg compression, and that was all in the morning. And then at night, I would do the cold plunge and things like that. So different things. So that's what I'm trying to stick with now to help that again. But last time though, I'm telling you, after even just a couple weeks, like I felt so much more improvement. But not only like from a physical aspect, like you don't have to be a gym goer or running marathons or something every day. Like you just the everyday person. And again, not to like try to sell this, but the whole point is like either way, if you can get a hold of any kind of recovery, it doesn't have to be ours. It can be any red light you find, but do it because it will help. Red light, I mean, I'm telling you, I feel so much better after it. When I do the sauna, like as much as I hate the heat and I hate sweating, like I feel better afterward. And I've noticed that lately, my mood has been better in general. It feels a lot better. So all that to say, it doesn't have to be with us. Just go somewhere, find some red light, find a sauna, find some cold plunge. It will really help you in all aspects.
And if you can't do the cold plunge, I mean, you can do a cold shower.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at guys like Eddie Hall, he starts every morning with a cold shower. Now, granted, he has all the stuff we have here in his basement, but he's got a complete recovery room in his basement. He's got one thing we don't have, which is a decompression chamber. Mm-hmm. Wish we had one of those, but if you watch some of his stuff, like he talks about it too, and that's honestly how we got her into it was watch one of his strongman videos.
Yeah, but I decided I wanted to be like him, and Kenny was like, "You got to really strive for realistic goals here." And he was like lifting like, a big guy. Yeah, there's no way I'm ever gonna be at that point, but I could try.
Whenever right before her first meet, we was in the gym, and we always say there's no crying in the gym, but at least once a month we get tears in the gym.
I do. I cry in the gym.
She's like, I can't be as strong. I see these guys on the internet, and they're doing this, and I just can't get there. And I'm like, who are you watching? She goes, Eddie Hall and Brian Shaw. And I'm like, honey, those are world champion strongmen. You're not going to get there in a couple weeks.
It's like you're not looking at realistic goals here, and I'm like, what?
That's the cool thing about the sport of powerlifting. Powerlifting is not you versus the competition. It's you versus you.
Mm-mm.
You want to find a more supportive group of people. Find the powerlifters at your gym.
Yeah.
Those guys and gals in powerlifting, yeah, they compete against you at the meet, but they all have the mentality. I haven't met one that don't have this mentality. They don't want to beat you because you had a bad day. They want to beat you because you had your best day.
Yep.
And that's the mentality they have. You will see two guys going head to head for lifter of the meet, cheering each other on, screaming for each other.
Mm-hmm.
If one guy just PR'd his max squat, and the other guy throws 5 pounds more on it just to get a leg up on him, that guy that he's trying to beat is standing there on the platform screaming up at him, get it up, get it up.
Yep.
Because everybody in that world that I've met, that I've been around, just wants you to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to be the best version of yourself. So if you're having issues with self doubt or struggling, comparing yourself to other people, any of that stuff, go find the powerlifters because they're going to cheer you on. They're going to help you out. They're going to be right there supporting you. And that's the other thing. Like the biggest killer in the gym for me is comparing yourself to others. Because for me, I go in there. We work out with the powerlifters. I'm bigger than every one of them size wise, but they're all stronger than me. You know, and the biggest killer for anyone on a fitness journey is comparing yourself to other people. Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to what you did last week or yesterday or the day before. Don't ever compare yourself to another person. Write down, keep a record of what you do the week, 1 week, and then try to do better the next week. That's the best thing you can do is compete against yourself. Always try to do better for yourself. And the main thing to do better is consistency. Just go. Whether it's for 5 minutes. If you've got a scheduled workout for Monday night and you're just not feeling it, go into the gym. Tell yourself when you walk in, I'm going to go for 5 minutes. When that 5 minutes is up, do an honest evaluation and see, do you have another 5 minutes in you? Next thing you know, you're in there for an hour and you got your whole workout done. That's where I messed up because I got so concerned about how long it took at the gym that I just quit going. I'm literally 30 steps from the gym door, and I was so concerned with how long it would take to do the workout that I just quit going. And let's be honest, it screwed me because my mentality was wrong. I should have walked in if I had 5 minutes left of the night. I should have walked in and did 5 minutes worth of workout. I should have went over there and put off. I could have found a different way to do what I was doing during gym time, like I have now. Because it took me a few months to figure it out. But I come in and do our bookkeeping at night. I figured out that there's different ways to do it. I don't have to have it all done at once. I can do what I need to get done, and then on Tuesdays when I'm here all day, I can finish it up. And basically self-sabotage myself throughout that whole process, which is what do they call that in the mental health world?
Self-sabotaging.
Self-sabotage. Okay.
Yeah.
I was right. See, I do learn.
Well, and I think it's neat too though, because going back to the culture of the gym, if you will, right? And again, not everyone's experience is like this, so it's not fair to say like everyone's gonna have a great time at the gym. But something that I learned for us though is that like we are not I don't like you're a bigger guy, right?
Yeah.
Like I got a gut, like I'm not perfect, right? We're definitely not like what do they call them, gym bunnies or something, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, that's not us, okay? But when we walked into the gym, though, the people that we met, like, were the coolest people on the planet, and it was just a group of people at the gym. And we walk in there and basically had no idea what we were doing. We had tried to go to gyms before, and I never had an idea of what I was doing. Like, I'd walk in and I felt lost. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, what anything does. Like, I just didn't know any of that stuff. And so because of that, I was like, well, yeah, I don't want to do this. And so I wouldn't do it. He had his own reasons for everything from feeling uncomfortable to various reasons why he didn't step in the gym. But we went to our gym, and it's just, and again, you don't have to, I'm not saying you have to go to the gym like it's the only way you can get a workout. All I'm saying though is give it a try. If it's scary to you, if the people look scary and stuff, trust me, they're not. These are some of the coolest people that I've ever met. Like Merlin, who owns a gym, love that dude. He's obnoxious, Merlin, but I love him to death, right? Super cool. But one of the coolest people ever. And I learned so much of my powerlifting from the people that I work out with, from Caleb and Dave and all these wonderful people. Jason
was one of the biggest helps.
Yeah.
He's a world record holder in SPF. And when we first started, he's the one that she asked, hey, how do I get in powerlifting? He said, just do me.
Yeah. He was like, just do me. And I'm like, okay, sign me up. And he just kind of looked at me and I'm like, let's go.
He'd be walking by. We'd be working out by ourselves, trying to figure this out on our own. He'd be walking by doing his own thing. He'd walk up like, hey, get your depth a little bit deeper. That way they don't red light you.
Yep. And like
And
Caleb, oh, but Caleb though, okay, so he's a
yeah,
judge. He's like
he's a
a
world
world
judge
judge, okay?
and a meat director now.
Animator director. So we have such a cool advantage. Like every time we work out when we're near him, like, hey Caleb, can you see how my depth looks? Or how does this look? And and so it's really it's almost like an upper hand, but it's really fun.
And then I've went down the path of I don't have a lot of time as a problem, but I was wanting to be a judge. So I've sat in it twice, I think, with the judges, trying to get there, but I don't get Saturdays off, and that's when all the meets are. And I work every Saturday of the year. So I've got a schedule like 4 or 5 months out to take a Saturday off. And when I do that, it's typically she's competing, so I need to be helping her.
Yeah.
But my goal is I want to be a judge, judge in powerlifting. And one other thing, we got into the gym life and started having fun. I signed up for personal training classes, strength coach classes, dietitian classes. So, and I'm going to school right now to get a bachelor's in business with a minor in exercise science. So, I'm trying to give myself the knowledge to do this. And yeah, it takes a lot of time. I'm in between working one job for 60 hours a week, and then running our business the rest of my time and doing schoolwork, all that stuff. It takes a lot of time. But the one thing I want to focus on, that's how dedicated I am to this, is I'm actively trying to gain knowledge in this, so that way, I do it to help her more than anything, so that way I can help her achieve her goals that she wants. But also, I have knowledge on how to do it for myself. The problem is, I have the knowledge to do it for myself, but doing it for myself is the other problem. There's so much self doubt. She was talking about going to the gym. We live in Marshfield, Missouri. I've had a membership at every gym in this town, and stepped foot in them to sign up for the membership, paid for a year, never walked back into places. Every time I pulled up, there's too many people there. I was afraid to be judged because of how big I was or not knowing what I'm doing and stuff like that. So I talked myself out of going. The first night I walked into Iron Web Fitness, um, I went in there, had a guy I worked with was with me, helping me out a little bit. Then I went back the next night, he wasn't there. The guy that owns the place started working out with me and helping me out. I had no clue he owned the business because I talked to his wife. I had no clue he owned the gym, but he jumped in and helped me out. And then, like 4 or 5 days later, Coral said, "Hey, I want to come with you." So we went ahead and signed up for the family membership. She came in, and that's when we started meeting the powerlifting crew. Then we've been there since. Like we've gotten a cool story. We was at a meet in St. Louis, Missouri, or St. Charles, Missouri, 2 years ago, and it was her third meet, I think. And she was lifting, and there was a girl there that worked in they had a food truck out front, bringing burgers and stuff for lunch, and she was watching the meet. And we went back to that same meet the year after, and she was competing because she watched Coral compete and said, if she can do it, I can do it. And she killed it that meet. Hopefully, we're going in March again. Hopefully, we see her there.
I hope so.
I would love to see her and see what all she's done since then.
That's also goes back to the whole like we all root for each other.
Yeah.
Like the goal, it truly like my thoughts on with powerlifting is that when you go on the platform, you're not thinking about, oh, I want to beat that person, I want to beat that person. You're literally thinking about, this is my second, this is my third attempt. I want to beat the one before that, you know? And for me, it's about exactly. For me, it's about I want to beat my PRs and I want to beat how I did the last meet. And so my goal is that every meet I want to do better than I did the last meet. And so if I beat other people, cool, that's awesome. But my goal isn't to beat other people; it's to beat myself, because that to me is like how I get stronger.
Yep, and that's the cool thing. Like I haven't personally competed yet. I signed up for a meet last year, and then things happened. And I couldn't compete or couldn't do it, and then I transferred it to another meet, and then I talked myself out of doing it. And so I have all that. Like that's just mental issues. I'm working through that. I do have a therapist, not her, because that'd be I don't want her inside my head.
I already am.
Yeah. But anyway, and we've worked through a lot of this stuff. So that's where my goal for this year came, because like I started this journey 3 years ago, and I made great progress, and then I slack off and undo all my progress. But this time is different because I'm changing things. I'm following my diet more consistently. I'm being consistent. I'm gonna say that a million times, but I'm being consistent. Whenever I feel like I don't want to go, I still go. Instead of going the mindset with I don't have time to do it, I'm gonna go do it for 5 minutes is my mindset. And I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. But by filming it, putting it on the internet, I got people cheering me on. I've got my own my own cheerleader sitting here beside me, but having other people cheer us on is a good thing too.
I'm so proud of you. Like you're working so
I'm
hard. It's
trying.
awesome.
I'm trying.
There have been some rough times where
yeah.
like it was, in pretty some just opening a business, going to school, working full time plus some. I mean, it's a
Yep.
lot to do. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there who know the grind, like who know the
Yep.
feeling. But I'm so proud of him because he didn't like he went back at it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's the biggest thing though is that we're all human. We're gonna fail. And but the thing is though, you learn from failure. And so the
Exactly.
last time when you fell off the wagon, if you will, like learn from that and now you're changing things up. You're
Yep.
being more consistent. You're
Yep.
incorporating different things that you didn't last time. So that's this element of growth.
Yep.
And that's the most important thing. It's not the fact that got back or stopped doing it. It's the fact that you tried and you're still trying,
Absolutely.
because that's the only way you will succeed is if
Yep.
you try.
Yep.
If you never try, you will never meet that goal.
Yep. And that's my thing is when you fail, you don't getting back up's where you learn. It's not the failure itself that teaches you. It's how you get back up and recover from that failure. That's one thing. Like I've done a lot of things in my life, and then I've failed miserably at, but always get back up and keep trying.
Yep.
And that's the thing that keeps me going is to know that I'm not going to do it the same way this time. I'm going to try something different this time, and that's what we're doing here.
Yep.
And like I'm still following the same workout routine I followed last time. I'm still using the same time frames to go to the gym that I used last time. The difference I am doing now is I ain't putting it on the internet. I've never done that. Never thought about being on the internet, but doing that, and then also thinking more about what I need to do versus what other people like. It's hard to explain. Like you go to the gym and one of the machines is full. Instead of being like, well, that machine's full, I can't do it. I'm like, well, what can I do to replace that machine?
It
Or
still
what
gives
can
the
I?
same
That still
results.
gives me the same results in my workout.
Mm-hmm.
Or is a different body part. Like say I worked legs the night before and I need to do an upper body workout, but all the upper body equipment's being used. Is there some other way that I can work my upper body, or can I work a different part of my legs? Instead of turning around and walking out of the gym because it's full, I'm going in and finding something else to do now. And this time of year the gyms are always full, and hopefully they stay full throughout the year, and everyone jumps in like, hey, let's do this, guys.
Yeah.
And they don't. You don't have the. You see a lot of jokes online about the New Year's new me rush, and by February the gym's empty again. I hope that don't happen. I really hope that don't happen. I want to see the people that start their resolutions stick with their resolutions because we do it every year. Why can't we stick with it? And I don't want, I want to be the encouragement for people to stick with it, is what I'm trying to say here. And I want to do that differently this time by, instead of walking out of the gym because it's too full, I'm going to find something else to do to get that movement going. And if I can't do that, I'm going to go hop on a treadmill. If I can't do that, I'm going to go walk around the parking lot. I'm going to constantly keep moving. The other thing I'm changing this time, instead of relying solely on the gym for my exercise, I'm getting more steps in. So
He gets a lot of steps
yeah,
in. A
yeah.
lot.
I hit 12,000 today, which
That's
wasn't
amazing.
intentional, but I hit 12,000 today just because I was busy. But yeah, so I know what didn't work last time. I fell off the wagon. I'm getting back on it, and I'm not going to let myself repeat those same patterns. So
That's what it's about. Yeah.
that's what it's about.
Same with me. I'm trying. Every day is a different day, so I'm doing my best. And also something that I have to try to do is try to remember that like looking at the hard work I'm doing. So I'm really going to beat myself up. So the moment that I don't meet a goal or I ate a little rough today or something like that, like I beat myself up really bad. And one of my struggles with that is I fail to see the big picture and the progress and learning from it versus beat myself up. And something that you help me do is kind of see again that big picture and recognize that okay, so you didn't do the best way you did, but how do you want to do that differently tomorrow? Like how can we grow from this versus let's just throw a pity party. Absolutely. Which is something that I've done. So I tend to get all in my head and I'm like, oh, poor me. And so I kind of that's kind of where I felt like tonight where I wasn't able to do my squat workout because my knee is really hurting. And I'm not gonna lie, like I think I did something gnarly to this sucker, but I'm trying not to. This isn't a good way to look at it. I'm trying just not to think about that because I still want to compete, and so I'm gonna make it happen. And so I'm going to compete. Like that doesn't mean if you have an injury, keep going, but I'm going with my pain levels, and I'm recognizing that if it is too much or too painful, that I'm backing off. And so that's another key thing of just listening to your body. If it's too much or hurts too much, back it off. And so I'm trying to find the balance of still exercising and increasing my weight and my strength but not getting to the point where I hurt myself. So it's tricky, but I'm trying.
Yeah, work through discomfort, never work through pain.
Mm-hmm.
If your body's in absolute pain, back off. Lower the weights down. Lower the sets down. Lower the reps down. Find out where the pain's actually at. See if there's any rehab exercises. YouTube's full of them that can help you, like, knee flex for her, knee flexion exercise, something we're doing.
I'm trying to do, yeah.
Lightweight hamstring or lightweight quad raises or leg extensions. Sorry, leg extensions.
And I'm doing recovery every day. Try to help with that too. Yep.
Walking backwards on a treadmill is a good way to work on your knees. Walking backwards uphill is a good way to work on your knees. There's a lot of different things you can do if you got knee pain. For me, with arthritis in my knees, I just spent the first 6 months I was in the gym. I spent it doing nothing but work that targets the muscles around my knees and the tendons around my knees.
I remember that.
And got to where I could actually put a bar on my back and squat and squat decently. I couldn't deadlift for 6 months because it put too much tension, strength down on my knees till I strengthened my quads and my calves and all that stuff. And then, I was up to, whenever I fell off the wagon, I was deadlifting 385, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Some of that, yeah.
For three, I never did try to max it out. But now, I've probably still got 350 in me, but I'm not pushing it. 315, I think is what we did a week or so ago. And that was fine. It felt light. I just tried to slowly work myself back into it. But there's always stuff you can do if you have uncomfortable amounts of pain or something like that. Obviously, go get it checked out. But also look on YouTube and see if there's any stretches or exercises you can do to help relieve that pain. And that's my tip of the week. Find ways to do it, but don't quit. Just change it a little bit. Light the weight up. Go down. Find different ways to deal with it, like my shoulder impingement that I'm dealing with. It's a tight muscle from my neck into my trap and into my scapula. And instead of quitting, like I said earlier, we have a slingshot, which is Mark Bell designed. He actually designed it when he had a shoulder injury. I used that the other night on the bench press and was actually able to get my full set in without any pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to incorporate the slingshot into my bench press so that way I can get the work in and the movement in and kind of help eliminate the pain.
I think that just goes to show too, there's no certain way you have to work out. You know what I mean? Like there's so many different ways. You can use bands, you can use treadmills. Like I like to row, and so I may not do it like hardcore fast like CrossFitters do where there's going at it. Like I don't have the kind of endurance, but I'm trying to build up to that, and so I like to row for 15, 20, sometimes 30 minutes. Like I did an hour one day just for the fun because I had the time,
She gets mad at me and goes and rows for an hour.
Exactly. So it works. So that just goes to show though, like it doesn't have to be, and even so, you don't just have to go to the gym. Like just get out and walk, or pick a sport you like maybe, or go rollerblading. I don't know, but pick something that gets you active. Like that's really the key point is get you active. And so something I love about this, and I like being a part of this, is being a part of his journey, but also part of my journey is I love being able to, support him and, just, I don't know, just be a part of the journey. I think it's really cool. So we're both really trying. And it's some the reason why I post my own videos as well is just because, again, kind of like what he said, I don't want to be like internet famous. Like that's not my goal at all. I don't know. I think the support is really cool. And it's nice to know there's other people out there that struggle like I do, where there's other people out there that have the same body shape as me, which goes to show I don't have to be super skinny to be fit. You know what I mean? Like all those different things that matter a lot to me is that mental kind of aspect of stuff. So in my video you'll be seeing that I'm going to post this week, I'm going to talk a lot about the mental aspects of like what it feels like to not be able to do the full workout you want to do and how you deal with that, because that's a big thing for me because of my knee. I wasn't able to do my full workout. And so that really hit me a bunch of different ways mentally. So I'm going to talk about just kind of the struggles through that.
So I think we're a good spot to end it here. So, if you made it this far, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, help keep us going. So we'll talk to you later. Have a good night.
See ya.